We're going to help the Sues in a moment, but first we want to give you a head start on your meal planning. So you're all going to take home a $20 gift card for Loblaws. So go shop and get prepared for the September rush ahead. So let's just break this down now. We've got skipping breakfast, okay?
Okay.
Johnny leaves the house. He usually buys his lunch.
And breakfast.
And his breakfast.
Yes.
And there's no plan for dinner.
Kind of throw it together.
Just kind of throw it together.
Yes.
Last minute. What's in the fridge? What can I put together? So a lot of families are in the same situation.
For sure.
How can we help out and be a little bit more organized and get them through?
We have to use things that are very versatile and go other places. So if we make a sauce one day, then it has to break down the next day, maybe to a lunch, and so on.
Yeah.
And use things that you actually eat, the kids will eat, and the adults will eat.
Right.
So today we're doing a Parmesan-crusted chicken.
Okay,
we're baking
for the grown-ups?
it with a baked veggie tomato sauce.
Ooh.
So it's kind of a chicken finger plate for the kids and a real meal for the adults.
Got it.
Which will break down to Johnny's lunch the next day, so he's not going to Tim Hortons every day.
Okay. Tim Hortons didn't like that you said that.
Sorry, well, it's fine once in a while, but come on. So we're gonna start with the veggie tomato sauce.
Okay.
So Tracy, this is how easy it is. I just want to show everyone at home that you can do this too. So if Tracy can do it, you can do it. Just
Here's
hack
the
up.
thing. The viewers are telling him that he has to get me working in the kitchen again.
They love to see you
laid off for a
working.
while.
They love to see you working. You know what?
What do
So
I
do
gotta
I.
do? All right.
See, just watch those thumbs. You know, the pretty little manicures.
Can I cut them any way I want, or do I
Anyway,
have to be
that's the
chefy?
beauty. No, that's the beauty of this whole recipe is you're honestly going to take
Chunky like
whatever
that?
you have in your fridge. Yeah, chunky like that.
Okay.
And throw it in.
All
now,
right.
some people would call this hiding the vegetables.
Yes.
I would call it enhancing the vegetables. Okay, just because the kids might not like fennel and carrots doesn't mean that they don't necessarily know they don't like them. How does that? So we throw them in the sauce.
I love that before you had kids, you were all about, I'm not going to hide my veggies from my kids.
My kid is a bit of a freak. He goes to the refrigerator, grabs raw broccoli, and eats
he's
it.
a good boy,
Yeah,
Cash.
he's a little crazy. I don't know.
Good. That's
But,
awesome.
You know, he just always at the grocery store. He's always nibbling on stuff, whether it's apples, cucumbers, or whatever it might be. So it's not his first time.
No, I think that's a good thing. They need to, I mean, if they're into fresh produce, that's going to be great for them growing up. They're always going to use it. They're going to, and the Sues, you saw the kids going right for the carrots and the apples. They loved it.
They enjoyed it. We didn't have to feed the kids lunch after that. Maybe that's what Johnny should do instead of go to Tim Hortons. The grocery store. So all I did was chop up all these veggies, give them a nice healthy bit of olive oil.
Yep.
Right? Salt, pepper, and then tear off a little bit of basil. We can throw that right inside as well. Now chuck that in the oven, like 375, like 45 minutes until it goes brown.
All right.
So, you ready for the next one?
What are we doing now?
We're getting busy.
Okay.
So, Parmesan-crusted chicken.
Yeah.
We're going to bake it too. And the whole idea of baking the sauce is you can look after the kids.
That's right.
Right? If it's
No
on the
fuss, no
stove,
muss.
you have to watch the stove. If it's in the oven, you can set a timer, forget about it.
Okay.
So I've got some whole wheat pita chips here.
Yum.
If you don't have like panko breadcrumbs and stuff like that, make your own. You got a little Vitamix there.
Okay.
What's going on?
Chop
Crack
them
that baby
up.
Rip me up a little chunk of parsley.
Okay.
And then a nice little hole on the top here. Chuck it in.
Oh, I like that.
Isn't that nice? Chuck
Yeah.
it in. And then equal portions Parmesan and breadcrumbs.
All right.
Now what the Parmesan's going to do when it bakes the chicken is it's going to coat it up.
And it's going to give it a little bit of extra flavor too. I mean,
do you remember
Parmesan
those,
packs a good punch.
Oh yeah, so we can like cut back on the salt.
Yeah.
And do you remember those Parmesan twills we made?
Yes.
The super crispy crackers? Well,
Oh, they were so good.
Guess what this is going to do to the outside of that chicken?
Going to make it crispy.
It's going to
just
make
like
it crispy.
that.
So, Tracy,
Yeah?
chicken time.
Okay,
Now,
what are you doing now?
you'll know what you're gonna do. Grab your bag.
Yeah.
And because you got kids, you don't like doing dishes. Everyone feels the same about
gonna
dishes
shake
as
and
I
bake?
do. We're gonna shake and bake. Don't you remember as a kid?
I totally remember.
I loved shake and bake.
So did I.
So a little bit of Dijon,
Uh-huh.
right? And a touch of buttermilk.
Okay.
And this is gonna be a different type of breading instead of doing the flour, breadcrumbs, exactly that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So now, little PC chicken here.
I'll let you handle.
Hello.
I'll let you handle my breast.
Okay, you know. You know, the funniest things come out of the kitchen.
I was thinking it, I wasn't going to say it out loud, and then it just came out.
Well, you're gonna have to flatten your own breast now, Tracy, because that's the next step here. I don't know if you have one of these at home, but get yourself an empty wine bottle.
I'm 7. Yeah.
Right? And I had my son doing this with me last night. He had a blast. He's up on the table in nothing but his underwear. I don't even know the hell for that, but he's smashing his breast and he's making it nice and flat. And what you want to do is, you don't want to go too flat. You want to leave it like ½ inch, 3/4 inch, but nice and kind of uniform.
That's a good tenderizer right there.
Isn't that great? And I mean, everyone's got one of those.
Absolutely.
Right? And then all we're gonna do is reach in.
I'm gonna let you reach in.
That's fine. And
do one side.
do one side, give it a little push.
Yeah.
Do the other side.
This is already looking good. I feel like chicken fingers are the universal child food.
You know, I didn't think my son loves chicken fingers.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. You know what?
Go in there?
Yeah, sure. And you can break off the fingers from the little inside the fillet there. That's perfect for the kids as well.
Beautiful.
So we flatten that down. You ready? Mm-hmm. Onto a tray, just like that. Hey, how you doing? And then we're gonna crank that in the oven at 400 degrees for like 15 to 20 minutes.
Okay.
And why it's on the rack is it's just gonna like kind of allow the heat underneath, and the Parmesan's gonna crisp up, and it's gonna make it all kind of crusty on the outside.
Lowering the heat and then continuing to leave it in there for any longer, or is that all it needs?
15, 20 minutes, let it rest for a little bit, and then you're ready to go. But it's also gonna have tons of heat coming out and ready to go onto the table. So now, here comes our veggies, magically out of the oven.
Oh, those look great.
Nice?
There's nothing like roasted veggies. Like 40 minutes?
So 40 minutes, it just like kind of take all the moisture out of there and kind of get the flavors going. The salt and the basil comes in. Now, the best part is this sauce, if you want to water it down 2 days later with some chicken stock, all of a sudden you have a soup. If you want to add a bunch of olive oil and some vinegar, all of a sudden you've got a vinaigrette.
Nice.
It's just versatile. It goes everywhere, right?
Right.
Little Vitamix, hey, how you doing?
It gets the job done quickly.
We'll let that go, leave a little bit of chunk in there. Now, kids like their pasta with just what? Butter, olive oil?
Often, yes.
You can
butter
put
and
that
olive oil.
tomato sauce in there as well if you want, and kind of, I guess you call it hide the veggies, but maybe
Give
you
them
don't
some veggies in there.
Give them some
vitamins
veggies in there. Now we want to do an adult pasta because I don't want to eat that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So we're going to start with olives.
Yeah.
Tapenade, capers.
Nice.
Artichokes.
Ooh, yeah.
Right? Tons of basil.
And some of your kids will eat that. Some kids have that palate where they want to try those tastes
but you
already.
can do the kids' pasta on the side.
Yeah.
Now you have the adult pasta. The next thing is this one's also going to work out well. The next day, add the pasta salad. Throw some olive oil in there, some mustard. Johnny's good to go.
Are we making Johnny's lunch at the same
We're making
time?
lunch, dinner, even breakfast if you want to do it.
You are so prepared. All you need to get is a good set of glass or plastic containers, so there's always something you can throw in there for Johnny to take to him, with him to work.
Crispy. And one last thing, tomato sauce comes out. Here's the adult meal. The kid meal is already plated up on the side as you can see it. We're just a little bit of Parmesan and basil away from a beautiful day.
Very cool. So we've got, you know, the chicken fingers. We'll just cut those up for the kids.
Yep.
We've got the chicken parm for the grown-ups. We've got the pasta salad that can go for lunch. For Johnny, you are set, you are organized, and you still have leftovers for another day, which is amazing. Now, you did all of this with these. So do you like working with Vitamixes?
You know what? Here's the story. Every cook's got a blender.
Yeah.
And I mean, those are kind of Honda Civics. This is the Lamborghini. Like you get in this thing and you turn it on, it's like, vroom, and for a cook, it's kind of like revving your engine a little bit.
It kind of does it all. So it does the soups, it does the sauces, it does the dips, the spreads, the desserts. It's called the Vitamix S55. You've got different settings, different speed control. It's got pulse. Are you wondering why I'm going through the whole list?
Yeah, I wonder.
Well, we were thinking of maybe drawing for one. Should we draw for one?
Oh.
Or should everyone